The method Hamza preaches for No-Fap keeps you addicted to... Let me explain. 2 years ago, I was fapping to messed up porn every single day. My biggest desire was to stop fapping, get a girlfriend, and escape this addiction. I then found No-Fap and tried the mainstream advice they gave of setting streaks and using willpower, and I failed, which made me more depressed than if I would have never started. I eventually quit because it was too painful. Fast forward a year later, I find this YouTuber Hamza, which completely changed my life. He talked about No-Fap and gave unconventional advice, and I was back in the game. So I ended up taking his advice of cutting down and progressively deloading. I went 2 days without fapping, then 3, then 4. I was finally having success with No-Fap. Yes. But then day 5 comes around and boom, relapse. This went on for months. Every 3 to 5 days I would relapse. Can you imagine what it felt like? Everything I tried failed. That meant I would have to keep living with this addiction and the consequences that come with it. And I felt hopeless. I ended up quitting for the 7th time. About 2 weeks later, I decided to check up on a No-Fap Discord server I was in, where people ask for advice and help others. So I'm scrolling up the past chat, and after 2 minutes, I find the best life-changing advice anyone has ever written about No-Fap. This random user recommended the Easy Way strategy by Alan Carr, which is actually used to cure smoking addiction. This user said that he used this exact strategy to cure his addiction. So I decided to use the Easy Way strategy he recommended, and I was finally losing the urge to watch. I realized that quitting didn't have to be painful, because you're not giving up anything. It was actually enjoyable because you're ending your addiction. This mindset shift was the secret to me quitting. I got Alan Carr and Fraser Patterson's method, and I finally had a No-Fap strategy that worked thanks to these two heroes. This is the Easy Way strategy. I wasn't getting any urges. It was unbelievably easy. I literally felt bad for how easy it was to quit. I wanted it to be harder. I finally escaped the worst addiction you can get. But it wasn't just me. Thousands of people who have used this method and strategy have quit without the use of willpower, simply by removing the brainwashing. Can you imagine if that happened to you? After I learned about this method, I've been able to quit porn and lost all urge to. But what's even cooler is that since I escaped this addiction, I started enjoying life more. I've been able to fully focus on my purpose, and I've been enjoying the little things in life, like speaking to my family and friends, and I even became more social and have been holding eye contact for longer. So this is why Hamza's method keeps you addicted. Using cutting down as a stepping stone for stopping is fatal. These attempts to cut down keep us trapped in the addiction for the rest of our lives. And here's why. Cutting down not only doesn't work, but it is the worst form of torture. It doesn't work because initially the addict hopes that by getting into the habit less and less, they'll reduce the desire to fap. It's not a habit, it's an addiction. The nature of any addiction is wanting it more and more, not less and less. Therefore, in order to cut down, the addict has to exercise willpower and discipline for the rest of our lives. You might think that's not such a bad thing, right? But this is a problem because we would use all of our energy and willpower to stop this addiction instead of using that willpower and energy to working on business or on our goals. People cutting down are wishing their life away for the next session. If you really want to quit, you only have 3 options: cutting down for life and suffering constant torture, which you'll be unable to do anyway, increasingly torturing yourself for life, which is pointless, or 3, being nice to yourself and cutting porn out altogether. Alright, so this is what you need to do to quit. First, understand the addiction. What is it? Is it really pleasurable? How did I get it? Second, understand and remove the brainwashing. You do it to relax. You can't sleep without it. Third, understand the false beliefs and change your belief system. The reason you don't stop is because you're scared to feel a void in your life, like you're going to lose something. You won't. And the reason you keep indulging in the addiction is to relieve withdrawal pangs you get from the addiction itself, not because it's pleasurable. Corn creates the urge and solves it. Corn creates the problem, which it then solves. I'm a lingo improvement. I help men get into the leader lifestyle. So scroll down, hit the subscribe button, and become the person you aspire to be.